Hey, this is Sky. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's Monday, Mafia Monday. Let's jump into our story. I got the laptop open. Our main character, Simon Castro, had a little drama last week. You can go watch last Monday's video. His right-hand man, the second in command of the downtown gangsters, the DTGs, the new mob that Simon broke away from the family to start. Mica got killed, got blown up. The clubhouse downtown, the DTG clubhouse, got blown up. So Simon's freaking out. Let's pick up where we left off. I believe we're in chapter 18. I got Mr. Snubby loaded and ready to go as usual. Always ready. Set your mood right. California Gangsters. I gathered myself together and went to Frank's dealership down in Culver City, through heavy traffic. I was frustrated in the car, having random fits of road rage, even yelling at an old lady crossing the street too slow for me. It was midday in Los Angeles, the worst time to move around town if you're in a hurry. I finally got down to the Cadillac dealership and parked by the offices out back. I knocked on the private entrance, and a giant fat son of a bitch opened it up, a guy whom I'd never seen before. He said, "Hey there, you must be Simon. Well, it's an honor to finally meet you, sir. Please come on in. Frank is expecting you." I shook his hand, then followed the fat fuck into Frank's newly renovated, massive office. He was at his desk, which was in the middle of the room like the President of the United States. He looked up from his paper as I sat down in the large leather chair opposite him. He said, "Are you okay, Simon?" He offered me a drink, but I refused. I replied in a shaking voice, "Mica's dead. Someone blew up my spot." My eyes began to swell up, but I held back from bawling, only because I was around guys in the room that I didn't really know. Of course, my Uncle Frank had seen me cry before. I grew up with him, but I had a major reputation now, and I had to uphold it. Frank stood up, looking at me concerned. He placed his glasses next to his coffee and his newspaper, and then he walked around his massive desk over to me. He put his hand on my shoulder to be comforting in my time of need. And Frank was a real gangster. He'd been through this kind of stuff a million times. For the first time, my uncle looked old and wise instead of drunk and wild. Frank said, "Simon, it's perfectly normal to be upset over the loss of a close friend, regardless of his status with DTG and the fact that you guys broke off from the family. We're all heartbroken here on the West Side. Mica was one of us. Remember that. He was the definition of a stand-up guy." I replied, "Thanks, Frank. That means a lot." Frank said, "Now, you need to toughen up. Listen to me, kid. I want you to turn that awful feeling of loss that you have deep down in your gut into a burning hatred for those who took Mica from us. Revenge must be swift and brutal, no quarter. It's time for war, not for tears." I replied, "I'm pretty sure it was the Chinese. Did the fucking Triads do this? Was it the Chinese who blew up my spot? I need to know." He looked around the room and waved his men to leave. The three guys in the corner quietly walked out of the office without saying a word, closing the door softly behind them. Frank pulled out a long joint from the top drawer of his desk, and he lit it up and then passed it to me. I took several puffs and then passed it back to him, but he didn't want any, so I just sat and smoked it. He said, "Yes, Simon, it was the Chinese. Your father told me this morning that the bomb was set by the Triad. It's payback. They don't like you because you've killed several of their dragon heads and leaders when you were with the family. And they're just sending you a message now that you're downtown. This sort of thing happens all the time. It's a shame that Mica had to get caught up in it." I replied, "It's really confusing. How did they get in my warehouse? From what I have heard, nobody saw anything on the security cameras." Frank looked away and said, I don't know that part. This is all developing as we speak. They may have some sort of inside intelligence within your crew or maybe in that building somewhere. I replied, I've got my hit teams ready to go. We're looking for who did this to us right now. My guys are driving around. But I told them not to go popping off just random Chinese people for revenge. We don't want to operate that way. The old Frank that I was more used to, with his bravado and wild eyes, came through, and he said defiantly, they all have to pay, Simon. Every single one of those slant-eyed bastards. The family is going to do this for you. You should be thankful that we have your back, even though DTG left. You know, some people in the family, some people here in Culver City, they don't like that DTG is on its own. Capiche? I got up to leave and replied, I am not here to take marching orders from you or the family. I didn't come here to ask for your soldiers to protect my crew or my turf. Frank, I came down here to find out who put the bomb in my warehouse. So look, here's the bottom line for me on this. You can tell everyone in the family, including my father, to stay out of my way. Mica's dead, and I'm not playing games anymore. You guys always call me monster, like it's some kind of joke. Well, joke's on you. Now you're going to see what a monster does. Capiche? Frank was shocked at my outburst and looked a little scared of me for the first time ever. He took a shot of whiskey and set his glass down on the desk with a shaking hand. He replied softly, there's nothing you can do to stop us. The family is going to take revenge for what they did to Mica. But you're free to handle this in your own way. I mean, of course, that's up to you. I only ask that you be careful. Simon, I love you like you're my own son, and nothing will ever change that. I let out a frustrated sigh and shook my head. I walked over to Frank and gave the fat old man a hug as he sat in his big chair. I replied, I love you too, Uncle Frank. I just want this retaliation done right. I'm afraid you guys are all going to mess everything up. The family doesn't know how to do any surgical hit like this. You're all just a bunch of cowboys. This has to be done right. You keep your guys out of my way, please. Frank had nothing more to say, so I left. If there's any trait that all Castro men have, we all share it. It's our hard fucking heads. All right, let's stop here, and we'll continue next Monday. Thanks for watching.